Honey Mob in the building. You already know what it is with me. Taco room smelling at me. You already know what it is with me. Want to shout out Jesse. We see you doing big things. You know what I'm talking about? With his new release, man. It's out right now. Somewhere in the hills. You know what I'm talking about? That's where he at. You know what I'm talking about? Somewhere in the hills rocking. You know, we want to shout out Jesse. We're going to community tab this song. And we also gonna drop the link below, man. All promos at me at the Real Field TV on IG. So all up and coming artists, all up and coming businesses, and other YouTube platforms and IG platforms all get promoted. Get at me. To all my haters, get your BM off of IG, straight up and down. We named her Headache, and you could palm her forehead, straight up and down. She resembled I Am Speed with a wig on, nigga, straight up, nigga. That's who we thought she was, nigga. You keep on trying to floss her in the mall. Straight up, she not bad, nigga, straight up. Shut up. You already know what it is with me. I'm back up in the building. We want to talk about Sherwood Marty. I had to turn up. Straight up, got mad. Yeah. Now we want to talk about Sherwood Marty. Everybody keep on asking me, well, why you won't do one on Sherwood Marty? Why you don't do this? Why you don't? Shut up. Shut up. I don't want to hear nothing about why this and why that. People can ask me what Sherwood Marty is. How I know what Sherwood Marty is, nigga? You know what I'm talking about? I don't know if he caught him a, you know what I mean, a charge or, you know what I'm saying? I don't know if he just laying low. He got full up from the music. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, he invested his money and just, you know what I'm saying, laying low and, you know what I mean? Basically, man, when you look at somebody like Sherwood Marty come up for where he came from, you know what I mean, being the self-proclaimed, you know, Prince of Sherwood, you know what I mean? Fresh Prince of Sherwood. This is, you got to understand, he been having money. He been hustling. You know what I'm saying? He been doing all this stuff that he been rapping about. You know what I mean? We don't take that from him, you know? But what you got to understand is, man, he done got major features from Chris Brown, Lil Baby. I mean, we can name them. You know what I'm saying? And it seems like he never really got that, you know, one hit. You know what I'm saying? He was always one song away. You know what I mean? That's what people keep on saying. That's what people keep feeling like. And that's what I feel like, nigga. You know what I'm saying? We need that one track from Sherwood Marty that, you know what I mean, could have took him to, you know, nationwide attention. You know what I'm saying? And it kind of never happened. You know what I'm saying? Now, many will say he missed his time. Many will say that he wasn't motivated enough. But how motivated you want nigga to be doing all these features and doing all this work early in the game? You know what I'm saying? And this as, you know what I'm saying, YB was blowing up and all of that. You know what I'm saying? This is what you got to realize. Sherwood Marty was supposed to be at the top block of what BR rappers was doing at the time. You know what I'm saying? So understand that he had motion. And this how he got all them features. You know what I'm saying? Through motion. But what you got to understand is this, man. Some people is not motivated to be rappers. And some people are really not rappers. You know what I'm saying? Sherwood Marty been doing music for a long time and stuff like that. Well known in Sherwood, you know what I'm saying? Y'all may know him for some of the messy stuff and all of this stuff like that. We're not going to get into that. We trying to get into him as an artist. You know what I mean? They just want to know what happened to him. You know, it's not up to me to say what happened to him because I don't know. You know what I'm saying? As far as what's happening right now. Why his IG ain't up, why he not posting up on social media, why he not doing these things, I don't know. But what we got to focus on is how can they bring Sherwood Marty back? You know what I'm saying? He cool. He got a lot of relationships in BR. He got, you know, some clout in BR. So at the end of the day, it's nothing for him to put out music. You know what I'm saying? He got a whole line of people up under him. You know what I'm saying? So when you talk about Sherwood Flame, you talk about Sherwood Cheese, you talk about, you know what I mean? It's a lot of people. I don't want to, you know, if it's anybody I messed up and didn't name or whatever the case may be, my bad, bro. But I'm not here to name all you niggas. I'm here to talk about Sherwood Marty and why he's missing from the game, because this is what the people want to know. And this is what the people got to gauge, that everybody is not going to put their all into music if they don't get to where they want to get at a certain amount of time. You know, some people are just giving music a shot. And maybe that's what Sherwood Marty was doing. You know what I'm saying? Maybe it was an escape for him to get his money right and to get his people right and to get up out the way. We already know that he inside a lot of street stuff. You know what I'm saying? The whole SOD, sleep or grind. I mean, I say SOD. That's SOD, you know what I'm saying? Stacks on deck. That's Soldier Boy, my bad. You know what I'm saying? But I mean SOG, you know what I mean? And that's, you know what I mean, sleep or grind. So that's Sherwood Marty thing, you know what I mean? And it's a lot of people rep sleep or grind. So what you got to understand about the whole sleep or grind is that, you know, them niggas been, you know, in the streets with it as far as like, you know, getting money and as far as like putting plays together to get shows and, you know, to try to get their music heard. It was always a hustle, an ongoing hustle with Sherwood Marty coming up in Sherwood. You know what I'm saying? Now, you got to understand this one thing. When you gauge an artist like Sherwood Marty with other artists that's out, you could kind of already see him in the fold of being a whole artist with, you know, a lot of names and features that could do music with him. You know, because like I said, he go good with a lot of artists, you know, such as YFN, Lucci, you know, that type of sound. Because, you know, Sherwood Marty never been a lyricist. He wasn't never trying to be a, you know, lyricist. He always sung and harmonized and, you know, did his little thing. He do a little rapping. You know what I'm saying? Don't get it twisted. Nigga can rap. You know what I'm saying? But most of his music is gauged on what he been through, his life, how he see things, and the way he want to do it. You know, Sherwood Marty never tried to be another artist but who he was. You know, and it is what it is. So what you see is what you get, you know, as far as Sherwood Marty go. And he never been the type of person that been hungry for the spotlight, tried to get in the spotlight or do anything to get in the spotlight. I mean, when you think about it, and when I'm talking about gauging an artist by stuff like this is what you have to gauge them by. I mean, at the end of the day, have Sherwood Marty ever tried to do music with everybody? No. You know, have he ever tried to be up on every podcast or, you know, doing all of this, you know, run around stuff and, you know, and he got fans. He got a fan base. I mean, it is what it is. But some people is, you know, prone to what they're prone to. And it's like, my thing is this. You know, if you're going to be an artist or whatever, you know, have an outgo. And that's what maybe with Sherwood Marty had, an outgo. Nigga ain't about to be sitting up here rapping and singing to you niggas forever, man. You get your money right, whatever that may mean to you. Some people get in the game, and if they reach 300,000, you know what I mean, they good for the rest of their life. You might not think you can live off of 300K for the rest of your life, but if you get it at one time and you invest a good number and you get some land and you get some stuff that, you know what I mean, personal property tax can't touch, you know what I'm saying? No, 300K ain't no money, but it's something that you can make something happen with to produce more money and to get some land with so you can start building a crib. You ain't got no personal property tax. You ain't got to spend nothing but more than 100 grand to build a crib, 80,000. You don't know what people want to do and how much money they into it for or what makes them good. Yo rich ain't another person rich is what I'm saying. We can sit here all day and say what you can do with 300K, 400K, 500K. I just threw that number out there, bro. We not going to get into all of that. But like I said, some people get their money right. They go get some land. They get their house built from the ground up. You know what I'm saying? That way you ain't got no mortgage, no personal property tax. And they living, man. You know what I'm saying? The little music that they did make, you know what I mean? That probably bring in, you know what I'm saying? You know, a good number of money for them, you know what I'm saying, to sustain themselves and stuff like that for the rest of their life, man. You know what I'm saying? Or if they music ain't still selling or ain't still streaming, they still made enough money to the point where they can sit back and enjoy themselves and maybe get a regular job or start a business or something, bro. You don't know what niggas want to do, bro. So everybody ain't in the rap game for longevity. You know, and I'm not speaking that this is what Sherwood Marty doing, but I'm saying you don't know why people get off IG and stop rapping and just stop being in people's faces, man. Everybody wasn't born to be in everybody's face. Everybody ain't friendly. You know what I'm saying? And Sherwood Marty, like I said, he got a lot of connects in Baton Rouge to people that's cool with him and stuff like that. I'm sure he could do a song with, you know what I'm saying, Real Bleed. I'm sure he could do a song with Fredo Bang. I'm sure he could do a song with all these artists, bro. But at the end of the day, Sherwood Marty always been about SOG and been in his own lane. So if you ask me what happened to Sherwood Marty, that's what I think happened to Sherwood Marty. I think he got his money right and got out the way. And he doing rap when he want to. You know what I mean? And at the end of the day, That's just my opinion, and that's what I feel, man. Salute to the whole 100 mob, man. Y'all get in the comments and let me know how y'all feel about this, man.